Well, happy Veterans Day, November 11th, 2016. Heading to go meet my folks for our free meal deal. Probably go to O'Charlie's first. Getting a little bit of a late start. I'll probably meet them there for the late lunch, early dinner. I don't know if they're gonna go on to Chili's with me, but I'll probably stop there as well since it's kind of on the way. So I'll get 2 meals today, and yeah, probably bring some leftovers home for dinner tonight. But I'll see what that place looks like next year. Alright, as I head on out to nice signal to meet up with my folks, I'll go over my military background for those new to my channel, and for those that already know, this will be a repeat. So yeah, let me get through this 4x4 here. 4-way stop. You're going to let me go? Thank you very much. And yeah, so anyway, I served aboard nuclear submarines, 5 different subs in 4 years, from 1988 to 1992. Originally, I planned on going in the military, either the Navy or the Air Force, as an aerographer's mate, being a meteorologist, because I was fascinated with the weather. But both rates were locked up, and the Air Force didn't really have a whole lot else that I wanted to do, so I checked out a little bit more with the Navy, and because I scored so high on my ASVAB test, they wanted me to go on nuclear subs, but they wanted me to originally go into nuclear engineering, or basically a nuke ET or something of that nature. And I was kind of, at the time I didn't know much about nuclear reactors, and I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do that. So, doing some more research, I was like, well, I decided on a quartermaster rating for nuclear subs, because again, I get extra money. You got paid extra, like hazardous duty pay for being underwater, on submarines. But I wound up settling for a quartermaster job because they not only drive the sub, which is what I did, drove 5 different subs, but I also did oceanography, mapping the ocean bottom, with fathom curves and stuff like that. And yeah, so I wound up doing that for 4 years. First sub I got sent to was being decommissioned. That was the USS Andrew Jackson, SSBN 619. I got out of sub school from Groton, Connecticut. I originally went to Orlando for boot camp, and 8 weeks in Orlando, 12 weeks in Groton, Connecticut for sub school. So first sub they sent me to was in Charleston, which is what I requested, Charleston, South Carolina, and it was in dry dock. Andrew Jackson was already in the process of being decommissioned. So yeah, I was the last official quartermaster on board when it was decommissioned. And basically it was supposed to be August 31st of '89, but wound up being September 1st. But during that time, I was sent TAD, temporary assigned duty, to the USS George Bancroft, SSBN 643, to get a patrol in and do a DASO run, which was basically a shakedown for a nuclear sub coming out of dry dock. If you can just move over a little bit, jeez. Yeah, I did that for one patrol in the spring of '89, pulled in and out of Port Canaveral, Florida, and got a, basically port call when I wasn't out at sea in Cocoa Beach, which is right next door. So that was fun. And then went back to my first sub for decommissioning. Then Hurricane Hugo came rolling through Charleston back in September '89. And I was supposed to be going to my third sub, the USS Ray, SSN 653, which is the only fast attack that I was attached to. But that was delayed because of the hurricane, and basically got put on cleanup duty after Ground Zero hit by Category 4 Hurricane Hugo. And I tell you what, that was the most intense thing I've ever been through to this day. And so yeah, did that. Cleaned up for a few weeks until they had to clean out the river, the Cooper River, and then got assigned to the Ray, where I did a Mediterranean run from 1989 to 1990, and was on there basically 6.5 months. Basically left in October, and of course that's what really sucked. A lot of the sailors on board the third sub, they couldn't get time off because a lot of their houses, ones that lived off base, were severely damaged by the hurricane, and had to leave their wives to, fend with the insurance companies and construction builders and all that stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, when we got back into port in, I believe it was April of '90, there were some like 26 divorces, where the wives had left them. They couldn't, again, it was just all this mayhem that was left behind, and the military still had their job to do, go out to sea and go on patrol. We were still fighting the Cold War at the time. So, that was crazy. I was single my entire 4 years, so didn't have to worry about that, and lived on base in the barracks. So, did that for, the 6.5 months, and then in dry dock, July of 1990, I wind up breaking my foot, basically tripping over a mooring cleat. It somehow got twisted, sprained my ankle, and broke my 5th metatarsal on my right foot. And now it's giving me issues 25 years later. Not bad, but it hurts at times. And so I did 9 months of limited duty at the Charleston Weapons Station, and that was fun. Got to, basically had NATO top secret clearance during my entire time. So they sent me to the weapons station during my limited duty on base, and doing work behind the scenes with Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm, sending ships and subs out while I watched the war on CNN. And that and Super Bowl 25, when my Bills lost their first Super Bowl out of 4. And then coming off of limited duty, I went to my 4th sub, the USS Casimir Pulaski, SSBN 633. Did 2 patrols on it, basically around the Atlantic Ocean for the most part. It's pretty boring. Did 2 patrols, like I said. That's basically 3 months out, 3 months in. That's how the boomers work it. You got two crews, 1 blue, 1 gold. And I can't remember what cruise I was on. 4 different boomer subs out of 5. I lost track of the crews.
Alert.
So after doing 2 patrols on it, I became a short timer. And during that time, I had about a month and a half left of service before getting out, and they sent me TAD, temporary assigned duty, once again to the Henry L. Stimson, SSBN 655. It was down in Kings Bay, Georgia, and it was coming up to Charleston for a decommissioning. So in a sense, I wound up going full circle. First sub was being decommissioned. My last sub was in the process of being decommissioned. So that's pretty much my 4 years in a nutshell. Yeah, man, the traffic is ridiculous. I'm kind of watching off camera here, and people are blocking the intersection. And now we got all this mayhem going on. I think there's some blue lights up here, so that's probably causing part of the delay. Let's see what we see here in a bit. All right, as we're creeping along now, looks like a truck on a tow truck. That's all that is. Guess the police have gone now. So, anyway. Yeah, there he is. The trooper's up there now. Okay. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Oh, man. I'm about to get off this traffic. The trooper's just cutting people off to make his turns. No signal. Well, that's good. Let's see. Alright, we're good. Let's roll. Nice front wheel trike. Alright, turn down this way to Old Charlie's. Man, they're probably going to be packed too. Yeah, we were supposed to get out here earlier, but something was going on that my parents had to handle and couldn't get out until now. So yeah, now the crowds are getting full. Yep, free lunch for Veterans Day. Love to go to Texas Roadhouse, but that's always packed, and pretty much gave up on trying to go there for Veterans Day. So anyway, back into my spot here, and we'll go in and probably get situated. Wait for my folks. Booth on the end. Alright, there's our menu. Cool. Thank you very much. Alright.
A glass? Absolutely. Would anybody else like a glass?
Wow.
It is hot.
Chicken
Yeah, that looks good.
It does.
Better than last year. Really baked potato.
Welcome. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
You're adorable.
Thank you very much. I tried. Thank you.
Alright, we're going to eat. Thank you. Well, that pot pie was very good. I'll save that for later. Well, people are waiting.
System ready.
That was awesome. Oh, Charlie's. Yeah, second year in a row we've done this. Yeah, my parents are going shopping. I'm going to stop at Chili's, get my free meal there, then I'll probably head for home. So yeah, just be by myself this time. The plan was, yeah, for both of us, you know, to go to both places, but like I said, they had stuff that came up all of a sudden and we're running late, so we at least did O'Charlie's together. So now I'll just go across the street to Chili's and eat there. Yeah, nobody's letting anybody out there. Alright, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go and wait for this signal, I guess. It's 5:30 and getting dark already. This is crazy. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the smoke. Well, that's a mixture of clouds, high clouds and smoke in the sky. A lot of fires up in the mountains, and my parents were supposed to be heading to Gatlinburg on, let's see, they're going to head out, I think, Sunday or Monday, like next day or so. Well, that's not going to happen because there's mandatory evacuations in the mountains, and I told them you might want to check on that because pretty sure the interstate may be closed. You may not be able to get there, and some of the fires are actually not too far from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So, yep, they may have to reschedule that. Alright, let's go. Under the old interstate. And watch out for oncoming traffic. Nobody likes to yield. And a Yui.
Alert.
K alert. Wonder how the crowd's going to be here. It's looking packed. I wonder if I can get it to go. That would be nice, actually. I don't like eating by myself unless I'm at home. Oh, man. A little handicap over there. Yep, it is packed. Oh. Actually, yeah, this is to go, so maybe I'll get it to go. To go parking. We'll see. No, dine in only. Frig's sakes. Their parking is weird. I guess I'm going to have to park around back. That's what it's looking like. That's alright. I'll just get like a couple bites or something, and then I'll probably like head on out. Oh man. Parking way back here. Yeah, let me just back on in. Alright, fine. We'll go in and eat. Alright, this worked. Great, thank you. Alright. Great, thank you very much. Cool. Get a burger. Yeah, that burger looks good. So does the wings, crispers, margarita flatbread, and the soup. Alright, place the order for my burger. Stand by, maybe get some pickles too. Big old cup of tea to start. Hey, I got a question right. Cows and horses can nap while standing up. Alright, burger and fries are served. Look, I love those pickles. I want to get some to go. Check this out. This is going to be cool. I can open with one hand, which I can't. There you go. Pickles. About $5 worth in 2 containers. Yeah, these are good for the future. Now, this is fancy.
System ready.
Man, this place is packed now. I'm glad I got here when I did. People are going in circles looking for parking spots, so I'm getting out of the way. All I did was eat my fries, and I just got the burger to go. So, because I got fries from my mom from her meal, and still got my load of baked potatoes, so that'll be a nice dinner. Burger, baked potato, and fries, along with some chilies, pickles. Yummy. All right, I'm going to do what this car is doing. I'm going to go around because you'll never get back on. No one will let you out at that other intersection there, so we'll just take a quick loop-de-loop around. So, yeah, that's fun. This is becoming a tradition, or it has the last couple of years, doing lunch/dinner with my folks for Veterans Day. So, yeah, my dad was in Vietnam. My brother was going to try to make it, but he was helping my mom with some computer stuff, so he couldn't make it. But yeah, he was on aircraft carriers for 2 years, from 90 to 92. And I think he was on the Kitty Hawk, did a Western tour, South America and around the Pacific a little bit. But yeah, so he was on aircraft carriers and I was on submarines. So, and the cinema, haven't been there in ages. Of course, it's real expensive. But yeah, I'm going to turn left here. That car's realizing where they're at. So, yeah. So, with my grandfather, that's another thing. He was in World War II. So, yeah, that makes us 3rd generation war veterans. Oh, traffic. Yeah, trying to get through this traffic. Dumbass didn't even have his signal on, so I was turning left. Yeah, see, now I can just go right. Now I got a green light. And hopefully no one is cutting through. Yeah, Olive Garden, boy, they're packed too. My wife loves Olive Garden. I'm just not a real fan of it. Okay, we're good. Yeah, see, this is crazy. It's Friday night. Traffic backed up all the way to the other signal. Yeah, hell with that. I'm sorry, but this is why we usually try to do it in the afternoon. We hate that they got out late, because now I know they're stuck in it, and I've been avoiding it, but I'll be out of it soon. Yep, heading down the back road, about home. So, yep. For all you other fellow veterans out there, happy Veterans Day, and hope y'all had a good day as well, despite the election. I know probably some of y'all approve, some of y'all don't, but we're not going down that road, so anyway, no traffic, and train yard's quiet. Well, good. So, until the next thrilling video, adios.